Hi there. So it has been a while since I made the last video, and a lot of things has happened in digital audio workstation space. Ableton came with new release, Logic Pro came with new release, Studio One came with new release 7.2, and Pro Tools also just launched a new version 2025. And in the following sessions I will look into those, as well as of course focusing on the workflow and what type of things regarding on workflow has improved in the digital audio workstations. Anyway, let's dive into Ableton and see regarding on 12.2 from my point of view that what are the great workflow improvements, and then again like what are still the things that are missing. Also I will highlight I'm beta testing an MP MIDI Ableton MPH host that enable you to do things, and I will show those what kind of things you can do with that in a bit. So let's dive into Ableton and see what's new, what's cooking, what's the beta all about. Okay, so what's new? Live 12.2 came out, and at least for me the biggest workflow related improvement was Bounch, the new track. And that is pretty awesome. Also, they introduced a lot of things to Push 3, and so also like if I can now modify my menus more, and then of course I can bring in different like devices, and this is kind of old stuff, so nothing new out there. But they also introduced a new auto filter. And then they improved certain devices, so like Meld, RAR, and they also brought a new expressive chord that is integrated with Push 3, and of course you can do it also other way around, so it's not that you need to have a Push 3 in order to use the expressive chords. But anyway, that's also something that Push 3 is supporting. But yeah, biggest for me is and has been the Bounch in place, and you can of course access it from your menu, like you can go from here and say that you want to bounce this to a new track, or then you can just go into the Push 3 and keep shift down, select the clip, and then say that bounce the new clip. And I'm actually bouncing from an external synth, so that's why it needs this kind of wake up time. So it will then create me now a new clip with that in it. So now I bounced from Juno X, and if I go into here I can see that here is my audio now bounced. And that's pretty awesome. That is actually the implementation of Bounch in place is great, and also all the other additions are great. However, like from a workflow point of view, what I'm still missing from Ableton, and I hope someone from Ableton also will hear this, but there are two things that I'm still kind of hoping to Ableton have, and that's one is the ARA support. So that specifically if you are using a Melodyne or something like has ARA support, and that's basically audio write access. So it has direct access to your audio track, the plugin has. So if I have, for example, if I have an audio track, which I have here, I could basically then drop Melodyne here, and just it automatically gets it analyzed. So I don't need to kind of record it and do. So I would save a lot of time if Ableton would have an ARA support. Others have, excluding Logic Pro, and I'm not sure about Bitwig as well. I by the way, I bought a new Bitwig from the summer sale. So I will also try out things in Bitwig and see where does it fall short compared to others. Anyway, this feature is pretty awesome, and I really welcome it, so that you can now easily kind of you know, bounce to a new track. So you can do it also on both views. You can do it like from a session view, and you can do it from an arrangement view. So both work, and in both cases it will actually create a new track, and then you know, add on the, you know, the track into it. Let's see, it started to rebounce it. So yeah, there we go. So both ways work. So I can do it in an arrangement view, or I can do it in a in a session view as well. But yeah, I'll get rid of, and of course it will then mute this one, so the clip will get muted, but I will unmute it. But yeah, in my eyes, those are the good things. Bad thing is that Ableton is not supporting ARA, and a second thing that I think quite many have complained, that you don't have a keyboard shortcut to kind of open and close these let's add these devices, specifically if you are talking about third-party devices. So you are not able to kind of open up the window with keyboard shortcut. You need to always go to this damn wrench and then open it up. How easy it would be to do so that when you have the plugin selected, you would have a keyboard shortcut at minimum that opens it up, and you don't need to go basically into this wrench to click it open and close it. And I think it's a Shift Command P, or let's say, or was it Option Command P? Yeah, so you can hide the plugins, I know that, with a keyboard shortcut, but that's not the same thing, because now it will hide all the plugins that I have open, and not only the one that I want to open and close. So this is not the really optimal situation. And I know there is also this auto hides and auto shows in Ableton settings. So yeah, it's kind of okay, but it's not great. And if you pretty much take any other digital audio workstation, there you can program your keyboard shortcut to open and close a selected plugin window. In cases of Logic Pro X, Cubase, Studio One, and so on, so you and Bitwig as well, you can open and close individual plugin windows from the keyboard shortcut. So that's a major thing, and like I've been asking it in the beta group like almost 8 years now, and still nothing. So this shouldn't be that biggie for Ableton to fix. Anyway, let's go to more funny things and then complaining. And all in all, Ableton is great, and I do use it. I do use it actually quite a lot in my production. So I should not complain, but I do complain. Anyway, the great thing that they added was basically, you know, the Bounch in place, and I'm really happy about that. So what's up? Yeah, let's go to see what I have here. Like I mentioned that I have something in MP MIDI controller. So I'm actually beta testing I'm beta testing this Ableton MPH, which brings you it brings you a mixer. So you can use a mixer, but it also brings some other things. So now I don't have any devices selected on this, but I can select a device from here. And actually I should have not. Let's take just simple like delay, and even though I would never put a delay on kick, but just for demonstration. So now if I have selected device and I'm in the kick channel, I can go into the basically the device in actually I'm not in kick. That's the thing. So let's go. I actually add it into into Juno channel. So now when I'm here and I have a native device, I can actually, you know, do it here. I can control the device here, and I can unlink them, so I can basically control the Ableton. You might actually not see it, but I'll do something like this, so that it's above the video screen. So I can, from here, I can basically link. I can define, you know, time or beat, sync. I can link them together so that they always go like hand in hand, or then I can say like different, and then of course I can use all these parameters from the rotary knobs, so wet and dry and so on and so forth. But what is the big thing here is that I can go also into the mixer, and here I can go from a track to another. So if I want to go and you know, deal with the kick, I can go here, I can do a play on it, I can just listen, click, I can touch screen, I can also, you know, adjust the volume, or I can do it from the rotary knob, which is extremely convenient. So now I can also see it in my screen, and then of course if I take those sends away, let's go here and let's take the sends away, so I get a bit more landscape in here to show things. But yeah, now when I'm here actually doing, and then there is also you know, the enable high resolution, so it kind of like it is going smaller steps from the rotary. Then if I want to go to that, if I want to go actually to the plugins, I have an MP host in it, in which I have these plugins. So I have Inflator, I have Universal Audio 1176, and then I have Clipper on top, clipping things out from the kick. And then of course, if I want to go back to the mixer, I can go from here and I can go into the mixer and unsolo it and listen it in context, or I could even mute it. And so, but this is in beta, but I feel that it will be available quite soon. Also, let's go, I think I had in a clap, you can see here I can actually do the sends, and now I would like to again show the sends here. So let's go here, and then let's show sends. So once I'm tweaking this, I can influence it how much send it will do. And of course I could use any of the sends, and I see all the sends that I have geared in here and here. So if I take that away and I'll give some crazy play on it, so I can just do it and compare different type of you know, plugins like reverbs or effects that I would like to use in that respect. So yeah, so that's basically what's cooking in Ableton, and more to come. But I really enjoy working with Push and then MP MIDI controller. Alrighty. So I managed to cover most of the things, and then I got a crash, and I still need to investigate is that the new Ableton version 12.2, or is that the beta that I'm using to test the Ableton MPH. It's either or, most likely, because I don't have too much anything else going on in my small project that I've been starting working with. So let's see. But anyway, I managed to cover most of the things. So the new version from Ableton 12.2 came out. The biggest improvement from the workflow point of view is the bounce in place, and it's well done. 10 points to Ableton on that one. Then there are like list of other improvements that you can check out from Ableton release notes. I'm not gonna go through those as there are other guys doing it and who are focusing more about, you know, those things. I focus on workflow, as you know, so I only focused on the workflow improvements. Then I highlighted, you know, what's cooking regarding on the MP MIDI side, and the beta that I'm testing that enables you to get a mixer into MP MIDI to have a mixer for Ableton, and then also control the native plugins or native effects within Ableton, as well as third-party plugins in the MP MIDI controller. So hopefully you like my videos, please do, as it supports my channel. And then also remember to subscribe for my channel for more content to come. And thanks for watching. Bye now.